October 9, 2025, at exactly 4:01 p.m., a magnitude 6.5 earthquake strikes Polsberg. Don Jason Pastoral Sr. Memorial Hospital, a 50-bed facility, suffers partial structural damage. Ceilings crack, walls tremble, and chaos unfolds as patients and staff scramble for safety.
Everyone, welcome to the operational period briefing. May I call on our incident commander, Dr. Jason Pastoral, for the roll call.
Okay, good afternoon, team. So, how about everyone? Is everything okay?
Yes,
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, I know this being intense because of this 5.0 earthquake. So, this compromised our hospital structure. Then our mission is to protect lives. Okay? Then maintain seamless coordination, and let's begin with the roll call. Okay. I am Jason S. Pastoral, your incident commander. Okay. How about Matthew, Operation Section Chief?
Sir.
Okay. Franz, Public Information Officer. Okay. Kim, Safety Officer.
Yes, sir.
Ted, Logistic Officer. Rona, Finance Officer. Glyza, Planning Section Chief. Okay. So, Gly, please walk us through the current situation and operational objectives.
Thank you, Sir Jason. These are situational update for this operational period. For the structural status, there's partial damage in the west wing and ER ceiling. And for the patients, 38 patients present during the quake, 6 critical, 10 moderate, and 22 worsening. For the personnel, all ICS members present, supported by 10 nurses, 3 doctors, and 2 volunteers. And of course, our security team. For the coordination, ongoing with RHU and LGU for overflow support and patient transfer. For our objectives, I'll turn over it to Mr. Matthew Cortez, our operations section. So Matthew?
Okay, thank you very much, Planning Section Chief. For our incident objective, our number one objective is to ensure also the safety of our responder, nurses, and doctor, and the general public at all times. Number two is to activate our evacuation team for the patient and relatives, and also for one team for the equipments and medicines. And number three objective is to activate also our security team because of the looting incident, and also activate our triage team and EMS team for the incoming trauma victims of the earthquake. That is all. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Ma'am Gly and Sir Matthew. Ma'am Franz, paki-update nga kami with regards to the weather status.
Hey everyone, yes sir. As of 4 p.m. for today, Pag-asa reports cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms across the Bicol region. It is brought by the easterlies. Light rain is expected by 7 p.m. with winds coming from the northeast. Coastal waters are slight to moderate, and no aftershocks have been reported so far, but we continue monitoring. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Ma'am Franz. Okay. So, please stay alert, especially those for possible flooding, and usually near the west wing. Okay. So, Sir Kim, please update us for the safety measure.
Yes, sir.
So, sir, our safety officers per department are already deployed, sir, activated. So, initial inspection shows crack in the west wing, as mentioned by Ma'am Glyza kanina. And yung sa ER naman natin, we have minor damage. No? So, actually, we already cordoned it with caution tape, sir, yung area na yon. Okay. And already coordinated with our engineering office for continuous ocular inspection. Now, perimeter security is in place already.
Okay, thank you, Sir Kim.
Welcome, sir.
Sir Matthew, paki-update rin naman kami about the response team.
Okay. Thank you very much, Incident Commander. Actually, meron po tayong two teams ng evacuation team. One is for the patient and the relatives, and also for our personnel. Dadalhin po nila yun dun sa designated evacuation center sa harap po ng hospital sa open area. So bali may dalawang tent po doon na malaki. Doon muna natin ilalagay yung ating mga patient and also the relative. And meron din pong part doon para sa ating mga personnel. And also evacuation team 2 is for the equipment, medicines, na kailanganin natin for the operation of the hospital. Kasi hindi po tayo pwedeng mag-stop operation sa hospital kasi meron po tayong 38 patients. And also, na-activate din po natin sa may gate, sa part ng gate natin yung ating triage team and ang ating EMS for the incoming trauma patient due to the earthquake. So, anticipated na po natin yan. Meron na tayong team na nakaabang doon. And also, our security team. Meron po tayong one team for security kasi meron po tayong mga reported na looting outside our perimeter. So, yun po yung team natin ngayon na magtatrabaho, Incident Commander, and that is all.
Okay. So, thank you, Sir Matthew. Ma'am Tep, paki-update din na kami with regards to the tools, yung mga kailangan natin, and yung mga supplies. Okay, thank you, Ma'am Tep. The next one is Ma'am Rona. Pwede ba tayo makapagpondo sa fuel and tent? Pwede ba tayo makabili din?
Yes, sir. Actually, we have available funds for tent and fuel. And with regards with the procurement, it's already ongoing. And actually, we have coordinated with the logistics for the procurement.
Okay. So, Sir Macho, Sir Kim, Ma'am Rona, Ma'am Franz, Ma'am Glay.
Sir, as of now, the food team is distributing food and water to our evacuees and respondents. The current assets we have is 2 ambulance, 2 stretchers, 3 stretchers, 3 generators, and 3 transport vehicles.
When infrastructure fails, leadership and adaptability save lives. This simulation shows how a small team can respond effectively, even when their own facility is compromised.
Let's reflect on our roles, not just in simulations, but in real life.